So you do love God. You have no anger against God.
Not anymore.
But you did.
I did, but I don't have any more.
Yeah, you know,
I accepted God.
what she's meaning is when, what was it, her grandfather?
Her grandfather was taken.
When her grandfather passed away, you know how you go for those.
Yes.
Now,
Confusion and such.
Now me, I kind of, we were a member before we actually moved here to Arizona. We lived in Michigan, and we were a member of a church that had a very large congregation.
What church was that?
I forget the name of it. It's been a while.
What denomination?
It was a Baptist church.
A Baptist church, okay.
And we were members of the church, and every service that they had, we went to. We had an issue with the vehicle we had. We're on good signal. Maybe turn to the church. They might help. Okay? And because all churches, all preachers, they're always preaching about help others in need, be kind to others,
yes.
do good.
Yes.
Well, we turned to the church because we're not asking for a lot. We're asking for a little help. Figured they might help. Okay. Pastor outright said, it's not in the budget, sorry, can't do it. Okay, now to the point, you take a special collection, right, sometimes?
Yes.
For funding. Well, he said it's not in the budget, maybe in the future. Okay, fine, you leave it at that. The next Sunday, he stood up in front of the congregation to give morning announcements. His thing was, I want to take a special collection because I want all of us to pay for my son's college tuition until I say stop.
Really?
I got up in front of the congregation, told him, excuse my language, but I told him it's full of shit that's going to help. Because what they're doing is all the money that's brought into that church goes for their family.
Well,
that's wrong.
I'll tell you right now.
I know all churches don't do that. I understand.
No, a lot of churches do that.
No, I'm saying there's a lot of churches that don't do that actually do what they teach.
Yes.
If you're out here talking about help others in need, and you're walking past a homeless person talking about, sorry, I can't do nothing. But you're preaching it, you're wrong. But now if you're actually doing what you're speaking of, then it's okay. That's why I said not all churches do it. Now I understand as far as the church, the building, you got to pay the bills. I understand it.
Right.
But whatever you don't need for the bills, you disperse out amongst the community to the poor.
Exactly.
And helping your community.
You don't
help yourself pay for your brand new house you just purchased to finance. You know what I mean?
People should be doing what, there should be, when's the last time somebody stopped and gave you food today?
We just came out here. We just woke up from the park.
Well, I will tell you this, brother, that it's true that a lot of churches do that. A lot of churches there's only one church in the world that was given the mission to do what, to serve the poor, to do all that, you know what I mean? To go to all ends of the earth and preach the gospel, in the name of the Father, Son, and the Holy Spirit and that. There's only one church that was given the mission of that in the first century, you know what I mean? By Jesus Christ, that came down as man in humility, as a son of man, as God. But, there's churches out there that I personally know them, pastors and stuff like that are, they want their house payment to be paid. They want their car bill to be paid by the congregation. They want, just like you said, they want their kids for a free ride through college and stuff, because from us. And they feel that because what they're doing is good enough for us to pay for all their stuff, which in actuality, a lot of pastors in the world are deceived, and they're preaching out of deceit, you know what I mean, and preaching against the true gospel and stuff, and then asking for all kinds of money, which is horrible, you know what I mean?
Good,
but anyways,
your faith, give to the church, more like give to me.
Exactly. Hey man, I tell you what, man, raise your stakes with the Lord. The Lord will open doors for you. Stay truthful, stay true with God, with charity, with stewardness, with even helping someone else. Hey, when I was flat broke out here on the streets, man, I was out here on the streets myself, and I would give when I had nothing. I mean, what I had was the last that I had, and I would give it. And you know what? I tell you what, brother. When I started doing that, God opened up so many doors for me, man. And it was amazing, And and questions, started being answered, not literally in word, but by virtues and graces and stuff like that, man. So
since we traveled around a little bit, we've been here, we've been California and Vegas. But when we were in California, there was this guy that is a pastor, and we hung out with him a lot. And when she'd be collecting food or whatnot, he had me go for a walk with him. I had a little bit of money on me. And one day he was like, "Give that guy over there $1." I'm like, "No, that's my money. I'm not going to do that. Why would I give him?" I had that attitude. So everything that we've done since we've been on the street, it's more of a learning experience.
Yes.
Before we were homeless, I enjoyed having belongings, computers, cameras, TVs, stuff like that. And most people take that stuff for granted.
Yes.
And you don't realize what you had until it's gone. And then in the blink of an eye, you're just like this. And a lot of people don't understand that you're 1 to 2 paychecks away from being out on the street.
That's right, man.
There's a lot of people that walk by here, and they're, and I'm going to try to clean it up, but they'll, get up and get a job, If they understood the position, technically, we can't get a job. Not saying that we don't want to work, but the businesses won't give you the opportunity to work. They won't give you a job because you have no housing. And then you go, you can't stuff your stuff somewhere. You can't fool them.
I'll tell you what, man.
You know what I mean? No, it's like they.
I understand. This when you're in. Just remember this. When you're in this position of life, just remember that God is calling you to the divine life. Every person that's walking these streets right now, all these people that are walking these streets, most people are living a false self. Believe me, I've been there. I was homeless myself, man. I've been there on the streets, man. I suffered. I went through a lot of darkness. I've been there, man. And it wasn't for a week or a few days or a month or a couple months or a few months or nothing like that, man. I spent some time on the streets, man. My home was some of these city benches and stuff like that, man. So I know how it is and where you're coming from. And I learned through it that it was a suffering that brought me closer to God and that brought me more to the divine life. That I was losing my false self because things were being revealed to me, man. And I was searching for God, And so when you do that, man, you're gonna find Him. He's right there, man. He's in these streets right now, waiting for you, man. And I promise you, bro, your life's gonna get more, just gonna get more brilliance to it, And it's gonna be beautiful.
And the funny thing is, he's trying.
Hey, man. Well, I wish you guys much love, man. If I see you guys again, I'm gonna come through and I'll send some help your way in that, and I'll come through and see what I can do for you guys too. All right. Light After Dark, man. I have a website and everything that I'm working on right now. It's on street evangelization, and it's helping correct some myths of the truth. You know what I mean? Like, of people, what they think is the truth and what's not the truth in that. And I've done a lot of deep, ancient study and stuff like that. To where I have found the truth that a lot of people don't go and search for. The truth is easy to find. People just have to know where to look for it.
You gotta have your eyes open. Some people
Exactly.
are just like this, and they just see what they
Exactly.
want.
And
They're
they
not
believe
that way. Or
yes,
they're
exactly.
And then it's the way they're taught. It's gonna
Exactly.
be the last thing before you go. A few years ago, I was sitting right there at that corner. This little girl, she's 5 years old. She came up, gave me a penny, and I started crying because it wasn't what she gave, it ain't like I want more, but it was, I remember, with most kids when they're young like that, it's their coin, they're not letting go of it, it's theirs.
Right, yes.
For her to come and give that to me, and then she also said, "I love you and Jesus loves you."
Amen.
Little 5-year-old. Her mom, in turn, honey, get away from him. He's got a disease. You don't want to
Really?
catch that.
Really?
And she said, Mama, that's not true. Yes, it is, baby. There's two types of people in this world. The people that have money and jobs and homes, which you're lucky to be a part of. Then there's the other group of people in this world. We call them the trash of the world. You don't want to be the trash.